Hey, hey! Welcome to episode 1 of Studio Nerdout with me. Today we're gonna go through the multi-tracks of Givin It Up Stripped. Here we go.
Honest, down home mama, I really wanna freak you right. Promise, if you wanna,
Start with the vocals and the keys.
I can take you there tonight.
I love this pulsating effect on the keys. And it almost sounds like it's wobbling out of tune. So I've got two things on it. I think I've committed it here already, but if I pull up an instance of it, it's this one here. It's a cassette simulator. And the other thing I like to use on it is actually kickstart, which gives it that pulsating side chainy sort of effect. So I've already committed it as I go, so it's not on here. We have all the vocals. So this stack right here, giving it up, giving it up, giving it up. So each part has 4 vocals, so 3 times 4 is 12 parts in that particular stack. I've got a little woo, a filtered woo, copious amounts of reverb on that lead vocal. Let's have a quick listen to the drums. Super like drunk, unquantized kick, snare, clap, and hats. I want to draw your attention to this particular percussion loop that I have. Check this out. So that's a mason jar and a insect repellent spray thing that I'm just whacking. And then that's literally that. Tambourine loop. Main bass. Kickstart again, that's giving it that pulsating thing. Got a little slap bass. And then a fill here. Also has kickstart on it. Everything has kickstart on it. Let's check out a little bit of the mixing tricks that I like to use for this kind of sort of alternative R&B kind of sound. To give it the fatness that I like, I have this thing called parallel compression, and don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I scroll it over this way. So I've got par 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is going to be my drums sound. So if you check this out, I've actually got this compressor and my kick, snare, hats, clap, tambourine, a whole bunch of things. Even actually bass is going to this one, and it's on all buttons mode. So if I take off this compressor, it sounds like this. But if I put it back on, it just gives it that extra depth and balls. Off. On. So I've done a similar thing with all the instruments as well, the melodic instruments. I've got another one here. I think I've slowed it down a little bit on the release. So if we listen to that without it, hang on, none, back on. So it just helps to bring everything like nice and forward. On the vocals, I have another kind of parallel compressor chain that I like to use, which is a trick that I got from Andrew Sheps, the famous Adele Chili Peppers Metallica mixer. And he likes to do this thing where he puts a Pultec EQ and removes all the bottom end, and then boosts all the top end, and then he smashes it with a LA2A limiter and onto another instance of Pultec where you've got this guy. Let's see if I can keep them on. So this is the chain, the parallel vocal chain. So I'm sending my vocals, all of them, to this chain. So if I mute this channel, let's go back a bit. Mute. Back on. Once again, it's giving me that presence that I want in the song. On the master bus, I have an ozone. Let's take a look at this guy. And it's not really doing much. It's just helping me control some problem frequencies I had in the song. I was getting build up from the bass and the kick at 57, so I just a bit of a bell there, a bit of mud at 232, and then a little bit of harshness, I think, from the vocals and the clap at about 3.2k. Then at the very end, I've got my favorite limiter, the Fab Filter Pro L2, and it's really not doing much. It's just like a safety.
Honest, down home mama.
In fact, it's on transparent mode, which means it doesn't really color the sound at all. And I'm just doing it to add a bit of gain and limit the song at minus 0.2.
Real love, I wanna take you there. Really wanna take you.
Yeah. Keeps the levels happy around like minus 10 to anywhere from minus 10 to minus 14. LUFS is good for me for mixing. Yeah. Just keeps the levels happy before I go into mastering. Then in mastering, I can add another like 2 or 3 dB through saturation, gain staging, and clipping and things like that. But more on that next time. So thanks for joining me on this. Peace.